What's around, everyone? Welcome to Exo Tarot Cards, Exo Tarot Angel. I'm your tarot reader, Free to Be. How y'all doing out there? All right, aka Blue Sky, aka I feel so pregnant. You get all of that, right? So this is your Scorpio reading. Happy Scorpio season to everybody. Happy fall for everybody who's over here around my neck of the woods. I'm in the United States on this side of the world. And happy spring to those who are on the opposite side of the world. Hey, all right. So I don't know how it is all over the world, but this Scorpio season, as far as the weather and the natural ambiance, is very beautiful, very tasteful, very pleasant, very taking its time, you know? It's like you can enjoy it. Like, this is a great harvest season to enjoy the harvest. Like, it's not going fast. It's like, okay, appreciate what you have repped so far, right? So, with the Scorpio season here, we got visitors in Scorpio, okay? And this reading is going to be about what's the secret, all right? Scorpios is good for secrets. You'll never know with a Scorpio, right? Keeps everybody on edge. So, we're going to tap in and we're going to have our guests help us figure out what's that secret, okay? Or at least pull that secret up to the front. So we're going to get help with the Stellium in Scorpio. And we're going to welcome Venus into this reading, because Venus is going to let us know what's right. It's right when it comes to our love and our values and our appreciation. It's going to check us to see if we're on the right path for that. We got, of course, Scorpio is there. Scorpio is there to shine the light on what's deep. And Scorpio shining a light on what's deep does not mean that the world has to know what you're shining the light on. This is a private shining the light on. This is like you in your house and nobody's in your house but you, and you've got all the lights out in the house and you just shining one light on you, okay, to look at yourself. So let's turn the light on you, not externally. However, if an external reference comes out in the cards about what's the secret, then you know what that applies to your life. And then my homeboy, I'm sorry, some of y'all might hate my homeboy, but Mercury is up in the house, and Mercury is going to be telling me about, okay, how do you need to express, or communicate to yourself first about these secrets. You know what I mean? Is that something that you're going to have to analyze yourself? Most likely, yes, first. You're going to have to analyze it, because Mercury is a sign about using the brain, not so much of the emotion, using your intellect to figure out the secret, or to solve the secret, should I say, right? Because Gemini is all about solving, getting to the bottom of it all, and then keeping what's light, and whatever's too heavy, getting rid of that, okay? But depending on, certain Mercury placements, some Mercury placements could be lighter than others. Some people, Mercury placements might be in Scorpio. And oh boy, if you are, comment below, because depending on the other alignments, oh boy, if you got a Mercury in Scorpio, I mean, your conversation has to be heavy. It's got to be heavy. Like, you're going to have to need a minute or two to process with a Mercury in Scorpio, especially if you're not, tapped into, the spiritual realm, or know a little bit about, or know something about something when it comes to spirituality and religion. Just depends on what Scorpio you're talking to, but it's about to get deep. And then we got, sometimes we like this energy, sometimes we know, but it's the South Node. But the South Node is there just to remind us about our past, that you do know You just got to be reminded. That's all. That's all. Because if you're here, you done been here before. If you're here listening to me in a human body, you done been here before. Okay, so now it's like the the South Node is like stopping at a pit stop, or actually she's not she, I'm not gonna put a gender on it, but the energy is hanging out, you know, resting itself, going back in time, you know, at a nice 5-star hotel. Nobody's there, but you know, that energy. And we're going to be looking at some past. So maybe about what's the secret has to do with something, and maybe it's rooted in the past, whether it's a past that you can remember in this lifetime, a past that you can't remember in this lifetime, or a past that you can or cannot remember in your past lives. So it just depends on where you go, because I'm speaking to the world here, and anybody who is on them spaceships going to Mars. Okay, if you got Wi-Fi, you can hear me. Now, the secret, what's the secret? We're gonna be using the moon energy as well, and the moon energy is going to bring in about the conflict of it all, the emotional conflict. Is this what the secret is, or what is about to come out? Is this going to help me, how I handle it, be more structured or more stable? Is it going to make me feel more better, more comfortable in a long-term, short-term, and long-term effect? Is it going to calm my nerves, you know, have some peace with it? Is it something that it's useful, or is it something that I could be like, I don't need that? You know what I mean? It's not useful to me, so what's the point? So it's gonna be a tug of war with that emotion, okay? And then think about, with the secret, think about, you know, where is it going to lead you into the future? Because we already talked about how the South Node is going to be here to be like, okay, let's take a look at what done happened. Hold up. We can't go any further until we go back. Okay? And then the North is like, okay, well, since I'm chilling here, let me reconstruct my future plans. Maybe I need to change up this, that, and the other in order for the future of myself to be in a better position than what it is yesterday, last week, earlier this year, whatever. And then we also going to get help, you know, from Uranus. And Uranus is going to, because they're all here to help us. They're all lining up to send messages. So this is what I'm calling all these energies in here for what's the secret. Because anything is a secret, you got to go deep. Some people, you got to even go deeper. Some people say what they carry into their grave. You know what I mean? So you got to wait maybe till next lifetime, bump into that person again just to figure out what happened last lifetime. That's how stuff be happening, you know? So it can get that deep. So this is why, you know, hey, you know, if they can help out, let's go. I'm going to use them to help out. So, and okay, so doing all of these secrets, all this stuff, all this information coming out, how are you going to still carry on to be you? How are you not going to compromise yourself in order to get through these energies? Basically, how are you going to still maybe be rebellious in a sense, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Maybe be rebellious in a sense, but in a way it's beneficial, because not all things are aligned together. So sometimes you got to cause a little rebellious, a little disruption, a little separation, a little, you know, I need time apart, a little bit of me time, you know, in order to get the answers that I need, you know, in order to be who I am completely. Whatever you have to tell yourself. And Uranus is not an emotional thing. It's very intellectual. So it's a lot of intellectual pieces in this message, but with that heavy Scorpio deep. And then we got that whole moon that's going to be like, she's not really emotional, but with Taurus in there. But since the moon is exalted in Taurus, you know, she got a whole lot to say, okay, about, does this make sense? You know what I'm saying? And she's not even emotional about it. It's like, this don't even make any kind of sense. Let's get real, people. Let's get real. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna try to make it quick, sweet, and to the point. You know, get your quickie on and move on with your life. All right, have a wonderful day and night during this Scorpio Stellium Scorpio season. with the whole total eclipse. This is when I'm getting this reading, and at this point, we're right in smack in the middle of Scorpio, so this is gonna be a good one. What's around Gemini, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, and Mercury? This is your tarot card reading for Scorpio season, and it's all about what's the secret. Well, you got the Hermit card, so the secret is you are in isolation. Okay, you want to be isolated. We don't want to be around nobody. And to people, for a Gemini, that's like, what's wrong with you? Why you ain't call back? Why you ain't text right back? How come you ain't posted a couple days? How come you this? How come you that? No, you for real taking this hermit thing way too far. That's the secret. Some of y'all ain't nobody see y'all in a minute. Like, you are severely isolating yourself. And some of y'all need to isolate yourself a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So basically, it's like some of y'all, the secret is y'all going way too far into this isolation. Come out, okay? That's the secret people don't know. It's just way too much. Or you can have somebody that's around you that's isolating themselves way too much. Like, it's been too long. Like, how much spirituality do you need to get to how much time alone do you need to be spiritual? Does it take that long? I mean, is this years before you come out? Is it like a monk life? What is it? Or what is happening is some Geminis, you just not taking enough time. You running away from spirituality. Like, you rather not. Okay, you rather go ice skating, you rather jump off of a bridge, you rather set yourself on fire, walk across some hot lava rocks for a challenge, you rather watch TikTok for 5 hours, Facebook, whatever your social media preference is, you rather do everything, go to the grocery store, shave off your bunions, whatever it is, you rather do that than do internal work. Or somebody around you is just, they're not trying to become spiritual. They might talk the talk, but you don't see them walking the walk. It's just like on a shallow, so you don't see them when you're with them doing anything spiritual. You don't see them when they posting and doing anything, but they have all these things to talk about spirituality and this, that, and the other. You might be around one of those type of people, whatever. So definitely, are you cutting yourself off from others too long? Okay, it's a secret. People don't know that. You choose to do that. You might come up with a whole bunch of excuses of why you can't show up here, why you can't show up there, why you're going to do something. But isolation, too much isolation can lead to depression, and if you wanted to be isolated, then you should have never came here on Earth to be a human, because this is what this is all about. It's about coming together and being neighbors under one sun and living in peace and harmony. What everybody talks about, what a neighborly way is supposed to be. You hardly ever see it, but some people can have stories about their neighbors that just shouldn't even be in this time and age, right? With everybody spiritual and religious talking about how everybody should be neighborly and love that, all this other kind of stuff. But you know how that is. We got a long way to go. You can't run and you can't hide from it, Gemini. And you're in Gemini, so you're definitely needed in society because of the messages that you have to share to the world, and staying there is only going to keep you in a deep depression if you're not already in a deep depression, because this is Scorpio season. So I'm trying to pull you out before you drown. I mean, you're an air sign. You're not supposed to be that deep in that type of water. You're supposed to be flying. You're supposed to be in a lighter type of water, which is the air. You're supposed to be cloud-like. You're still supposed to be moving around. It's not completely winter where things are stagnant. Yes, we do have retrogrades that's slowing people up. Don't let that depress you. It's just the heavy energies around you. But your mission is to still go through. Air can still go through walls. It can still go through glass. It can still go through cement. So if air can go through all those type of resistance and heaviness and weight, so can you. Have a wonderful day and night, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, and Mercury during this square.